Oh my gosh, crime country. I can't even talk. Crime crunchies. I just saw online that they have released footage and still images of the suspect who is seen approaching Nancy Guthrie's home on her Ring camera. And this morning, I was just this all today. I'm like, okay, is this a cold case? What's going on? And I have to think that now people can see this suspect. I mean, this is chilling. I am like shaking inside. Let me share my screen. So I got an I think this is yes. I got an email from Tucson. I used to live in Phoenix, and so some reason I get these newsletters from Tucson.com in my inbox, and this is what it says. It says, doorbell camera video shows armed person at Nancy Guthrie's home. And this is what I open. This is terrifying and so upsetting. And I'm sure the family has seen this, but I cannot imagine thinking that this is my 84-year-old mother who has this person coming into the home. Let me turn this on. I'm beside there's no sound, but this guy is walking. I mean, this is terrifying. Is this a gun holster? Let me play that again. I cannot look at this guy. He obviously knows there's a camera there. He's got a full face mask on. I don't know if that is a reflector or a light. I mean, honestly, this whole time, I mean, even today, I'm thinking, okay, is this going to go cold? What's going on? We're past the deadline of these weird ransom letters that aren't ransom letters. And what is going on? There was even an article, because this is all I'm reading and watching. There's even an article of, we don't really even know if Nancy walked off on her own, because the blood spatter out the front door could be a bloody nose. What if she was having some sort of a mental episode, or sundowners? Older people can get dementia in the nighttime, or, she could have walked out the front door and something could have happened to her. She could have fallen or what, it could be anything. I was even contemplating that today. Is this something that maybe she just walked off? Because this ransom thing has been, I think, debunked. Apparently, TMZ is saying that they are looking at the wallet that they were given in their ransom note, and there's no money, in which I totally support the Guthrie family, whatever they decided. I can't imagine their decisions. But in that particular wallet, unless there was another Bitcoin wallet that the second note had, the Guthrie family had not paid the $6 million at the end of yesterday. And now today, we've got this guy. And I am shaking inside. I'm not trying to be dramatic. This is horrifying. I cannot imagine this poor woman. And I can't imagine being the Guthrie siblings and seeing this. This is a nightmare on earth, what has just happened. And I have to think that they've had this Ring footage for days now, but they're probably releasing it now because they're running out of leads. And I mean, I was watching Ashley Banfield. She released today something that she recorded last night. She's not even mentioning her, well-placed law enforcement source saying that Tommaso is the suspect anymore. She's pulled back completely from that rhetoric. And, I went back and watched an earlier form of her, and she was repeating, she was saying, my source says that right now the prime suspect may be Tommaso, but it could be this, it is this guy. Maybe somebody who sees this is this Tommaso's build. I have to think that somebody who sees this could recognize this person. But by the way, I'm processing this right now as we're watching this. And I have to wonder, I mean, this guy, he's prepared. This looks like it could be a gun holster. I don't know guns, but this looks like it could be a gun holster. He's wearing gloves. He's got a reflector or a sun or a flashlight here. He's got a full mask. Here he is walking up, looking down. He knows there's a camera there. I mean, if this isn't someone in Nancy's like A-tier orbit, who the hell is this? Who is this? I mean, is this a tie to the Olympics? Is this a professional? I am beside myself. This is terrifying. I think that there were, let's see, let me go to ABC 15. It seems like they had some additional images. Let me turn the sound on. Let's watch.
The small version of these images, Diane, but that's what the FBI
Let me start this over. I didn't realize I wasn't sharing it.
AI-generated techniques that are available to the FBI and to other law enforcement, that they may be able to start getting more information about who this person is. They're going to be taking that picture and they're going to be putting it through every single configuration that they have of every database they have to see if there's anything more that they can get from this picture. They're also going to be looking at the clothing. They're going to be looking at everything associated with these pictures to see if there's anything more that can take them to the next lead. But I think this is a great job by the FBI and by law enforcement. They did not just move on from prior leads. They kept working it just like they do on these major investigations, and they were able to come up with this evidence.
And Aaron, they're not calling this person a suspect, but the FBI director does say this person was armed.
And I don't see a specific weapon just looking in the small version of these images, Diane, but that's what the FBI director says. And in looking just at the mask and the gloves and the backpack, and my God, you think how terrified Nancy Guthrie may have been, assuming she confronted this individual in her home at about 2 o'clock in the morning after a game night and dinner with her family at her daughter Annie's house nearby. We know that the FBI has also been scrutinizing other cameras here at the house. We spotted them on the roof looking at rooftop cameras that were part of Nancy Guthrie's home security system. So perhaps the hope is they'll be able to recover additional images in addition to the ones that appear to be from the doorbell camera, previously inaccessible to authorities for a variety of reasons, they say. But the hope is to try and build out a much larger profile of this individual. Even though they're not calling the person a suspect, it is the best images authorities and the public now have to go on, Diane.
And so many now hoping that they will lead them to Nancy Guthrie. Aaron, Brad, Richard, thank you all.
Oh my gosh. I cannot believe this. I'm going to go to another site and see if there's Savannah Guthrie believes mom is still alive as FBI reveals bombshell surveillance. Let's go to this other article. Let me remove this. Oh my gosh. Again, I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm processing this. I am so invested into what is happening with this woman. I cannot believe. I mean, I'm so glad that they have this and that they're releasing this, because there is more of a chance that someone will recognize this. I mean, I have to imagine, and you know, everyone's talking about Tommaso. I was looking for some images. It doesn't look like, I mean, because Tommaso has a really full beard. This doesn't look like, they'd be like puffy. You know, the ski mask would be puffy over his face. And this is a slim person with athletic build. I almost wonder if, I mean, could this be a professional, like foreign operative? And again, I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm just processing this. Okay, so let's see what it says. Someone out there recognizes this person, Savannah Guthrie says in Nancy Guthrie search. Today, show co-host Savannah Guthrie shared the FBI released surveillance footage on social media, urging the public to help identify the individual seen approaching her mother's home. Someone out there recognizes this person. We believe she is still out there. Bring her home, Guthrie wrote in the caption accompanying the footage. Guthrie also shared photos of the masked subject in her Instagram photo. It almost looked like, and this is not, I mean, this is just one image, but it almost looked like they had, like, you know, that soul patch here. I can't tell if that is, let me zoom in a little bit. Let me try to make this bigger. This almost looks like it. I can't tell. There's the nose. I can't tell if this is a lip or if this is like a soul patch. I can't tell if this is a mustache. Can anybody see anything that I'm not seeing? Let me zoom in a little bit more. We still believe she is alive. Bring her home. Let's watch the video. This is 40 seconds of a video.
AI can turn your lights on and drive your car and even write your kid's essay.
Let me mute it while we have, of course, we have to have a commercial, but this is 40 seconds. The video that I watched on Tucson.com was only about 10 seconds. So let's wait for this. Let's wait for this ad to finish, unfortunately, but I want to see what's different in this 40-second clip. And all right, let me get the sound. Oh my God. What's he going to do? What is he doing? Is he trying to smash it? Is he ringing the doorbell? What's he doing? Did he ring the doorbell? What is he doing? Oh, he's picking up some shrubbery. Oh, he's covering it with some leaves. What in the hell? He's got a flashlight in his mouth. Oh my God. Let me do that again.
AI can turn
Oh,
your lights on.
no.
Lights on.
Guys, this is not the time for ads. I mean, I haven't seen, this could be anybody. All right, let's watch this. There's no sound. I mean, he's prepared. He has a backpack. He's got clothing. I didn't see logos on the jacket, but maybe the backpack. And the gloves. I mean, who is this? And the thing is this enough information for somebody to recognize? Oh my gosh, let me go back and let's see if there's anything else on that page. Let's see if there's anything else. Savannah Guthrie believes closing in. Let's see, former FBI agent stunned by unforgiving conditions. Let's see what this says, because that's what I was thinking this morning is this going to go into like a cold case? Oh, we've got these stinky ads. All right, so good gosh, look at these ads. James Gagliano says nothing could have prepared him for witnessing desolate Arizona terrain in person, and that's the truth. Oh, come on. All right, let me turn this up.
Retired FBI supervisor, special agent, retired FBI New York City crisis management coordinator who oversaw crisis hostage negotiator unit in New York City. And the reason I explain all of that in your titles, James, is that the FBI is saying they currently are operating a 24-hour command post, including crisis management experts, analytics support, and investigative teams. What exactly does that mean, and how will that help the case specifically?
Great question, Ainsley. And really what's going on right now is a fusion between state, local, and obviously federal officials. And you guys were talking about it just a minute ago. The FBI does have purview in kidnapping cases if it is easily known that it's an interstate connection. Until you can prove that, they're not. They're second seat unless the authorities on the ground decide to pull them in. Also, there's cases if there's a kid involved where the FBI might take the lead on this. In this instance, the Pima County Sheriff's Office, that's a department of about 1,500 people, 600 sworn officers, have the lead. How does this work? The FBI is a 500-pound gorilla. When it comes on scene, we set up a tactical operations center. That could be a brick and mortar building, or in most instances like this one, it would probably operate out of a mobile command post. Where does that come from? That would come from the Phoenix office. The Phoenix FBI office has 7 satellite offices. There's one in Tucson, Arizona, and they'll be pulling agents from there. What goes on inside? Well, the biggest thing is lead management. Why is that? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of leads are coming in. Most of them amount to nothing, but you never want the public to think not to say something. You want them to send the lead in. But there's a triage that goes on there, and the bosses make those decisions. Lastly and finally, you'll have hostage rescue team members there. You'll have crisis negotiators and behavioral analysis specialists there. They'll all be working in concert with the state and local officials that'll be close by.
James, with the delay and the fact that the crime scene was released when it should not have been released because you had cooperating victims here, do you worry that there was contamination done?
Yeah. LJ, great question from a law enforcement perspective. And I'm surprised that we're this close for this shoot today because the scene was turned over, I believe, and many in my field believe, a little prematurely. And why was that? Well, they made a decision that they'd harvest all of the forensic evidence they could. And what happened in the beginning, and I don't blame law enforcement for this, it's tough. It started out as a missing persons case. You had an 84-year-old woman, somebody that had some physical maladies, and the concern was that, hey, maybe she had stumbled somewhere, gotten hurt or whatever, and they treated it as a missing persons case. That brought so many people into the location right over my shoulder here, and they trampled over everything. The driveway you see here, you should have been able to pull, if somebody had driven in there, you should have been able to pull tire prints from there, but the gravel gets disturbed. There were numbers of vehicles that were in there. People touched things without gloves on, things like that, and that would have made it a contaminated crime scene and make it not impossible, Lawrence, but make it so much more of a difficult situation for law enforcement.
What does it tell you that Savannah Guthrie went from reading things specifically with the words being very carefully written, she even checked the copy, and being left with her siblings, and now by herself just saying, I need anything, even if you're not around, don't live around here, anything you've seen. Read between the lines. Does that show a degree of frustration, and does it reveal what we all think? They got absolutely no one. For her to do that yesterday shows that there's nothing, there's no hope except for the general public.
Well, Brian, let's be clear. The FBI and the Pima County Sheriff's Office have both stated they do not even have a person of interest. Remember, a person of interest isn't necessarily a suspect. Right. It could be somebody who's a material witness that might just have information. They don't even have that. Brian, what you're describing is basically the alchemy, or how an investigation transforms as you get more evidence or you come upon a dearth of evidence, which is what we're dealing with right now. I detected a big distinction. If you notice, Savannah wasn't working off of notes. This was a heartfelt appeal to the public, to us, to people in other states that, please, if you hear anything, see anything, please reach out to law enforcement. Very different than the pointed message to the kidnappers or the abductors that was crafted by law enforcement. That's what we do. We advise best practices. Say this, don't say this. Humanize your mother.
Okay, so this is I'm going to switch over. Let's look at Kash Patel's because this is older than what we've got. Let me share Kash Patel, and then we're going to look at then we'll look at Savannah Guthrie's Instagram, and then we're going to go over to CNN and see what they have to say. So, oh my gosh. Okay, so new images in the search for Nancy Guthrie, FBI Director Kash Patel, who was boots on the ground, I guess, in the last day in the Tucson area, which was just coincidental. Okay, so over the last 8 days, the FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department have been working closely with our private sector partners to continue to recover any images or video footage from Nancy Guthrie's home that may have been lost, corrupted, or inaccessible due to a variety of factors, including the removal of recording devices. The video was recovered from residual data located in back-end systems. So they've been working behind the scenes, and this was recorded because there had been rumblings that there was no subscription. Again, who knows? Who the hell even knows what's real at this point? We're all just grasping at straws. So who knows if there was a subscription, but they got this from back-end systems. So working with our partners, as of this morning, law enforcement has uncovered these previously inaccessible new images showing an armed individual appearing to have tampered with the camera at Nancy Guthrie's front door the morning of her disappearance. So this is something new, and it's very possible that the family did not have this before. And so, I mean, this is horrifying. I am so disturbed. This is my worst nightmare I've had nightmares where people are running in my bedroom and attack. I mean, I have had nightmares of this. This is a real thing. And the thought that this really happened to somebody is terrifying. And who is this guy? And there were so many people who thought that there would have been two people, But I mean, and who knows, there could be somebody that went to the back. So, I mean, we don't know, but I'm hopeful that somebody's going to see this guy and maybe recognize the backpack, or, I mean, the hoodie looks pretty generic, but the eyes are pretty visible. It looks like a soul patch or maybe a mustache. And again, Tommaso has that he's got like a full, thick beard. It doesn't look like there's a beard shoved in here. But I mean, it's clear, but it's not very clear. Let me switch over to Instagram and let's take a look at what Savannah shared on her page. Okay, so this is the one from last night, and I haven't played. Let's start with this one. Let's watch this one.
Hi there, everybody. I wanted to come on and just share a few thoughts as we enter into another week of this nightmare. I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all of the prayers and the love that we have felt, my sister and brother and I, and that our mom has felt. Because we believe that somehow, some way, she is feeling these prayers and that God is lifting her even in this moment and in this darkest place. We believe our mom is still out there. We need your help. Law enforcement is working tirelessly around the clock, trying to bring her home, trying to find her. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help. So I'm coming on just to ask you, not just for your prayers, but no matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
Okay, so this was last night, and I mean, again, I thought today was going to be just, I mean, I was worried this morning that this was going to turn into a cold case because, I mean, they've been recovering evidence. They're fast tracking any DNA. No one has said if they have a profile of anybody other than Nancy. And it seems like the ransom notes were just a red herring or fake. And nobody's even really thinking about ransom anymore. But now I'm kind of going back to, is this something tied with Savannah going to the Olympics? Is this something tied with a political interview that she's done? Is this tied to, and I'm grasping, we're all grasping here, is this tied to interviewing and questioning people about Jeffrey Epstein? I have no idea. Let's go to this. This looks like it's from today. And it looks like these are still images. Okay, so this is a good picture. Looks like he's got a flashlight in his mouth. I mean, someone might recognize this. It's hard to tell with night vision because so this jacket looks dark, but this could be a white jacket because when you're looking through like trail cams or night cams, the colors are opposite. And you know what? If this is a professional kidnapper? I mean, the notes didn't make sense. The notes didn't follow the code of kidnapping. But I mean, if this is somebody in her circle, I mean, this person they came prepared. This is somebody sitting around going, I'm going to put these clothes on. I need a ski cap. And, you know, in Tucson, It's wintertime, but it's mild there. It's where are you going to find a ski cap? Maybe Bass Pro, I guess. But these gloves look like leather gloves. There's no logos on the clothing. I couldn't tell if there were logos on the backpack, but it looks like this is a soul patch. You know, the little thing under here. I don't know if that's a mustache, but it looks it. And again, I can't tell if this is blue jeans or if the colors are swapped, but this looks like a light-skinned person, and he's tall. I mean, he looks like here's the camera. I mean, this could be a 6 foot tall person. They're thin. I mean, this looks like a mustache, guys. This guy looks like he's got a mustache. And he's light-skinned. Looks like he's got dark lashes. Can't tell his eyes, but this looks like a mustache. And again, if this is Tommaso, who does have a mustache, he's bald, he has a mustache in a full bushy beard, that beard would be shoved in here and it would stick out. Look at this. And what is this? I'm not a gun person. Is this a boom boom holster? I probably need to be careful saying with YouTube. And here's the doorknob. There's probably like a glass door, an exterior door. And they know that it was probably locked up because they were thinking that maybe somebody had gotten in, the back door was open. And we can't assume this guy is alone, but this is organized. This is really organized. This is somebody who went out and purchased this stuff. This isn't something, if this is a local Tucson person in her A-tier group or orbit, he had to go out and acquire this stuff. And that makes me wonder if maybe they could check like a sporting goods store in the days prior. I don't know. I mean, it could be Amazon, who knows? But I mean, that would be a lot of work. I don't know if they could get that. But I mean, his hand is touching the top of whatever this is. I don't think this is a stun gun. I've seen a stun boom boom. My son-in-law was an Oklahoma County sheriff, and it was a yellow. This does not look like a stun boom boom. This looks like it could be an actual holster. And these gloves, they're shiny. This looks like leather, and they look kind of thick. So this person came, I mean, he knew what he was going to do. But what did he want to do? I think this is all the pictures. And this is from this morning. So I'm guessing that the family may have just seen these today. If this is something that the FBI was just able to get off the Ring cameras, thank God. This might be the break that they need. Okay, so let's look at this. Is there a big bushy beard shoved in here? I mean, you can see a jawline. And again, it looks like a soul patch underneath the lip. But this is a light skin. And again, on night cam, are the colors flipped? Is this a white hoodie? Probably not. I think this is a dark hoodie. And these are probably just blue jeans, because someone's not going to wear a white hoodie to break in. And I mean, why have a weapon? I mean, if they obviously know who's in this home, you don't have to bring a boom boom for an 84-year-old. You probably could just manhandle her and get her to do what you want. But I mean, again, there's not a lot of splatter out the front door. It looked like, people were almost saying it looked like a nosebleed because the blood, the way that it's drops that fell straight down 90 degrees, that's not spatter where it's, sliding across the floor or splashing up against something. They can tell stuff by direction. This is terrifying. Okay, so let's see. This is another, and I'm liking these as, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Who is this evil person? And I mean, this is hopeful because now they have this. Maybe he thought that he got rid of the video. But someone might recognize how he's walking. He probably thought that he got rid of the video or smashed it or pulled it off or something, and that he was going to get away with this. I mean, this is, I don't know. After seeing this, if I was the Guthrie siblings, I wouldn't be able to sleep. I would be sick to my stomach. I would probably be throwing up. But maybe if this is a pro, maybe she's still alive. I mean, there isn't anybody. Oh my God. I mean, what if she's still alive? You can get medicine close to the border. You can go to a Mexican pharmacy and get medicine if that's what she needs. Or maybe, maybe she's able to get by without the medicine. It's hard to say. I used to take blood pressure medicine, and I don't think I was in super danger if I didn't take it, if I missed it for a week. We're on day 10. All right, let's go to CNN and let's see. There's an article here. That I wanted to share. CNN. So they're talking about the boom boom. So holster seen in new images, not what a frequent boom boom carrier would use. Former police captain says the universal nylon style holster seen in newly released images from outside Nancy Guthrie's home is not the type of holster someone who regularly carries a boom boom would use. Josh Sherrard, a former SWAT commander and police captain, told CNN. This seems more like a very cheap, off-the-shelf holster that somebody just stores their boom boom in. And it just happens to have a belt loop on the back of it that they thought they could throw on, Sherrard said. Sherrard also questioned why the boom boom was being carried where it was. Was it out of convenience? Obviously, the intent wasn't to conceal it. So was the intent to make sure it was displayed in order to be threatening when he went into that house, or to be quickly accessed when he went into that house, or in case someone came across him, Sherrard said. Trump spends time reviewing Guthrie surveillance footage as White House encourages tips. President Donald Trump spent part of Tuesday afternoon reviewing images released by the FBI of a masked individual outside Nancy Guthrie's home, his press secretary said. Carolyn Leavitt told reporters she had looked at the surveillance footage alongside Trump at the White House and that his initial reaction was pure disgust. The president encourages any American across the country with any knowledge of the suspect to please call the FBI, who continue to assist state and local authorities who are leading the investigation on the ground. Once again, I will reiterate that the prayers, blah, blah, blah. Last week, Trump had teased a solution, but it doesn't seem like it because... All right, here's the latest cases. Biggest break so far. In a striking development, the FBI today released surveillance footage from outside Nancy Guthrie's front door, taken the night she disappeared from her Arizona home. The doorbell camera footage showed a masked and armed individual who appears to have tampered with the camera, FBI Director Kash Patel wrote on social media. A new plea. Minutes after the images release, her daughter Savannah Guthrie reposted them on Instagram with the message from her family, "We believe she is still alive. Bring her home." Authorities believe Guthrie, 84, was taken against her will on February 1st. Her possible abductors demanded $6 million by 5 p.m. yesterday. CNN affiliate KGUN reported, citing a note sent to the station. The FBI said it was not aware of any communication between the Guthrie family and suspected kidnappers. Again, that's why I think at this point, folks were moving on from the whole ransom scenario. Here's 1 minute 31. Let's see what this video has.
We're standing up for our right.
Oh, we have
by sitting down
and reclining.
Freaking ads. Oh my gosh. How are you guys feeling about this? I mean, this opens up so much more, because this makes me think now that this is a professional.
Just released an actual video, and we're looking at it now. Ed and Jake, are you able to see what he's doing?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. So FBI Director Kash Patel just 2 minutes ago released new images. One of them is just another, two of them are images, still images of this assailant walking up to Nancy Guthrie's front door. But then the videos, one of which has him holding his glove over the Nest camera and then walking backward and getting a tool or a rock.
No, it's not a tool.
What is he going?
It looks like he goes back. He goes back out from the porch and grabs some shrubbery off the ground or grass.
He's grabbing
or something.
shrubbery. Okay.
And it looks like he was trying to cover the.
Oh, he's
ring
trying
cam.
to block the Nest camera. Okay,
So it looks
I
like
see.
he's trying to.
And that's the second image, the second video, I should
Hold on.
say.
Let me go back. There's a lot going on down here. Let me go back 10 seconds. Okay.
Grabbing
Watch
shrubbery.
when
Okay.
it comes
looks
up.
like he was trying to
I'm
cover.
gonna-
Oh, he's
I'm
trying to
gonna
block the Nest camera.
So
Okay,
it looks
I
like
see.
he's trying to.
And that's the second image. The second video.
Off
me
the
go back.
ground or
Oh, he's
grass or
grabbing
something.
shrubbery.
I'm
Okay.
going to
It looks
stop
like
it
he
here in
was
1
trying to
second.
cover the
Oh, he's
ring
trying to
cam.
block the Nest camera.
So
Okay,
it
I
looks
see.
like he's trying to.
And that's the second.
Stop. Okay. Oh, shoot. Hold on. There. That's a dark beard. That is a dark beard.
Back out from the porch and grab some shrubbery off the ground or
Oh, he's
grass or
grabbing
something.
shrubbery. Okay.
And it looks like he was trying to cover the.
Oh, he's
ring
trying to
cam.
block the Nest camera.
So
Okay.
That is a dark beard. There's no doubt that is a dark beard. I thought it was a soul patch.
Goes back out from the porch and grabs some shrubbery off the ground or
Oh, he's
grass or
grabbing
something.
shrubbery. Okay.
And it looks like he was trying to cover the.
Oh, he's
ring
trying to
cam.
block the
look.
Nest camera.
So
Okay,
it looks
I
like
see.
That is a dark
And
beard.
that's the second
That's a
image.
dark beard.
The second video, I should.
I am not accusing anybody. I'm not accusing anybody. I'm just looking. Let me look for some images. Give me a moment. Please hold. I'm not accusing. I want to be fair. Oh. Viral claims. Dominic Evans. All right, hold on. You guys can't see what I'm looking at. Let me look at, I'm trying to find pictures of Tommaso, but now apparently. Okay, hold on. Screen. I don't want to blow up my computer either. I don't want to make sure I can share screen. Belly fat. All right, my computer is having to catch up. Hold on. Please hold. I'm coming, I'm showing. All right. And this is a weird heads website, but this is what's coming up. This is like unfolding. So, boy, this website is very heavy. So, is Dominic Evans the masked man Nancy Guthrie's suspect video? And I'm seeing this when I'm doing a quick search. Fact checking viral claims amid links with Tommaso Cioni. The FBI released photos and videos of a masked individual linked to Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. The FBI said Tuesday unveiled photographs and video footage of a masked person as part of its inquiry into the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. So it was released. Here's what okay, what does this have to do with this guy? Oh, this is just clickbait. All right, hang on, you guys. This site was heavy. Please hold. Let me start closing some of these windows. I wanted to get a picture of Tommaso. All right, I'm going to stay on that because I don't want to get clickbait images. All right, let me share this page. I don't think it's him. Because look at this guy. This guy, his eyes are smaller. His eyes are smaller. Let's go to her pictures. Let me look at these pictures. Why? Who is that other guy? So I don't think it's Tommaso, because look at the beard. This beard covers all his lips. So that's not Tommaso. And this beard is really, it's a big bushy beard. It would be sticking out. And I mean, it's not him. Ashley Banfield. She's going to have some apologies to Savannah Guthrie. She came out heavy that it was Tommaso. Now, who's Dominic Evans? All right, who is Dominic Evans? And is he masked man and Nancy? Who is this guy? And why are claims circulating online have linked Dominic Evans, a musician and a bandmate of Tommaso Cioni, to newly released FBI footage in the investigation into Guthrie's disappearance. Allegations that authorities have not confirmed. The FBI on Tuesday released photographs and video footage of a masked individual as part of an appeal. Soon after the images were made public, some social media users began speculating that the person shown could be Evans, a drummer for the band Early Black and a bandmate of Tommaso Cioni, Guthrie's son-in-law. Oh my gosh. Oh, it does look like him, you guys. It didn't look like Tommaso. I'm trying to find a picture of him. Hold on. Let me go back to the article here. Look at this. He's light-skinned. Dominic Evans. What is the name of the band? Early Black. Profile isn't available. on Instagram. Early Black. Let's see if this Early Black is the Tucson band with Tommaso Cioni, husband of Annie Guthrie, Samantha's sister and son-in-law. That's Savannah's sister and son-in-law to the kidnapped Nancy Guthrie. The band formed in 2007 in Tucson and kept together. It looks like him. And he has a slighter build than Tommaso. What? It does look like him. Those eyes, so Tommaso has, and he has a soul patch. Oh my gosh. That's the thing I picked out looking at the ski mask. It looked like he had a bit of a mustache and he had a soul patch. You could see his lips. His eyes were more open. The brows weren't, fuzzy. This guy has fuzzy brows. His eyes are thinner. They're not as open. What the hell? Why would he do this? What the hell? And what's this guy got to do with it? Was he in the back? Does he know that he did? Were they in on it together? This changes everything. It's funny because somebody posted this and somebody just commented on February 8th, that's a huge jump, slow your roll. Well, one is a close insider, another is a convicted burglar, thief, and robber, and one a federal attorney who would know law enforcement's every move. Is Dominic a convicted burglar? Was he just burgling? I mean, I was looking at the ski mask and it's like, that's a soul patch. And he's got a soul patch. Wow. Who is Dominic Evans? And is he masked man? That looks like him. He's slight. This guy is thin. And I thought maybe he was 6 foot, but I mean, if this is the doorknob, this could be 5'8", 5'9". All right, Dominic Evans. We're going down this rabbit hole, guys. Dominic Evans, robbery, Tucson. Was he just robbing this woman? And why are these? This is 5 days ago. These are for a Bollywood site, a Hindu-y site 5 days ago. All right, JLR investigates. This is, okay, I've been following JLR. I don't know if you guys know who this is, but I think everyone in that inner circle should be looked at and fully vetted, including this guy, Dominic Evans. He's Tommaso Cioni's friend and bandmate, has arrests for burglary, robbery, embezzlement, DUI. Pima County Supreme Court, burglary, robbery, theft, embezzlement. And this is a public site. I mean, at 2 o'clock in the morning, he had to have known she was there. What was he doing? And you know what? The things that he's doing is, I mean, you could tell he knew what he was doing. He had a ski mask. I mean, it's not rocket science. Hello. I mean, watch Scooby-Doo and you can see what a burglar looks like. But okay, so this tells me, oh boy, I can tell you right now, if Annie Guthrie has seen these pics, she's going to know that it's this guy. And if he's doing this, I mean, what's her husband doing hanging around with a burglar, an embezzler? You know, birds of a feather. And maybe, you know, everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody deserves a second chance. And I guess they've been in a band since 2007. So it could be that maybe he just had something, he just got into trouble, you know, one time or something. And just because you have one thing happen, everyone deserves some grace, depending on the you know, the severity of it. But I mean, watching this video, the dude had a soul patch. And Tommaso is heavier. So this is the front of the house. So what guilt knowledge does Tommaso have of one of his buddies? Are they in cahoots, or did this guy do this all on his own? I wish I could put both of these up together. Let me go back and see if I can get a picture of the masked intruder and Dominic Evans. Because as far as I'm concerned, if it isn't him, don't come at me, please. But if it isn't him, it's a doppelganger. Trying to find images of Dominic Evans and the masked intruder. And it's hard to do that. Ay, ay, ay. It looks like it could be this Dominic guy because he has a soul patch. I'm trying to go back to a website. Let's go back to JLR. Let's see. Let's check JLR's Twitter and see if he's updated it with anything. Because he is, yeah, let's see. Brian Enton, is this a beard? I think it looks more like a 3 hours. Jake Tapper with CNN just arrived outside. Well, this is 3 hours ago. Okay, so let me go to, so JLR is on site and he's told people that we can use his feed. Let me go to his feed and see if he's saying anything. Dominic Evans, people are saying.
Have you got a snoring dog yet? I'm sorry? Have you got a snoring dog yet? Mexican hot dog? Snoring dog?
Head on over to Agenda Free TV, much better coverage. Okay, Agenda Free TV.
I was just told there's Sonora dogs, hot dogs, Sonora dogs,
Oh, there's
Sonoran dogs.
Yeah.
Agenda Free TV. Thanks for hanging with me, guys. I'm just trying to figure this out. All right, let's do this.
This former Pima County Sheriff's Detective thinks that it was not a burglary. that was planned. One of our viewers says, if it were a burglary, why would the backpack be full? That's what Recent Online says. Yeah, he certainly seems to have a bunch in the backpack. Would he bring a full backpack like?
I don't want to use his feed because I don't have. JLR has told people that we can use his feed. Let me go back to CNN and see if there's anything. I'm sorry. I just have to think that this guy looks like Dominic Evans, and that's really sad. Well, we're going to have to wait and see exactly what happens. But if Dominic Evans has burgled before, he would have a burgle kit. He would have the creepy gloves. He would have the creepy ski mask. He would have the creepy backpack. He would know what to do with ring cams. And again, I mean, I'm not trying to, I'm just reporting what other people are saying right now. But it looks, the eyes are too open. Those are not Tommaso's eyes. That and the brows are thinner. They're not as bushy. And that was a soul patch and a little bit of a mustache, but you could see all the lips. And with Tommaso, his lips are covered with his really full beard. That's not Tommaso. And Tommaso's beard would be really puffy, and you'd really have to shove the beard would be shoved in there. It'd be like lumpy at the bottom. And this guy, you can see a jawline. And I guarantee you, if the Guthrie siblings have seen this, you know that they probably know who this is. And if this is Dominic Evans and I was Dominic Evans, I'd be crapping Smurf turds right now. I'd probably be hitting the trail. Is he behind these notes? You know, the whole thing with the notes, going to TMZ and a TV station, that is someone who wants attention. If you really have a ransom note, they would have sent it to Savannah or NBC, the owner of the Today Show. They wouldn't be sending it to a local TV station. And he could be educated. He could write it out. But I mean, if this is a burglary gone wrong, that's going to make somebody act crazy. And it makes perfect sense that somebody who is freaking out, who's just had something horrible happen that they didn't plan on doing, they could come up with something stupid like these notes. And the ransom notes, usually the way a kidnap for ransom, again, what we've been learning, we're learning so much, is that someone goes in and they grab the hostage. They're leaving the note right there. And there's a way for them to communicate between the family, the corporation, whatever. And that has not been the case in this. This person behind this note, it's been one-way communication, and that is not typical. The objective of kidnap for ransom is getting money. And you can demand money if you have a loved one. And the object is to get it done quickly, bada boom, bada bing. The longer it takes for the transaction to happen between taking the abductee and the return of the abductee and getting the money, you got to go fast, because slow is sloppy. Slow is sloppy, and the cops are going to find you. They have so much more option of being found. This guy, if he's just a local bandmate, he might have good grammar. He might have been able to write a nice ransom letter, but this looks like the bandmate. if it is, okay, they're going to know. Annie Guthrie is going to look at this and she's going to know. And if Tommaso, if he doesn't have any guilt knowledge, if he's not involved in this, you know, we see one guy coming in the front, but there could be somebody in the back. I mean, a lot of people have thought that there was more than one person because 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie, if something happened and she's incapacitated, they've got to get her out of the house. And I think everybody agrees that this was probably like a theft or a burglary gone wrong. And Dominic Evans has charges of burglary and theft and embezzlement. So this tracks. So if anything, maybe he wasn't counting on them pulling the footage. If he incapacitated the Ring doorbell and ripped it off or took it with him, then it took the FBI a while to get the recording. This could be the biggest break. It's terrifying. But it could be a break. And in the meantime, where is Nancy Guthrie? Oh my gosh. Boy. I don't know, but let's see how this plays out. I'll probably go live again tonight. I'm gonna shut this one down. I'm gonna come back later tonight. Hopefully we get more information later tonight, but terrifying, absolutely terrifying. I cannot imagine being the person inside the house with this numbskull walking in, and how horrifying that is, and B, seeing this man walk up to your mother's house. I mean, this is too much. All right, you guys, let me go ahead and shut down now, and then I'll probably be back later this evening. And I appreciate all my crime crunchies. I will see you guys later tonight, and let's just pray that this breaks, that this is the break that we needed. So signing out, crime crunchies, crunch, 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 and we will see you again very soon.